Yeah. Hello and welcome to this cast game played on Two Lakes Duel. This is a ranked match between Armoured Kettle, playing as 1st UK Infantry Division, and he or she, or it, I suppose, if it's an Armoured Kettle, is up against Suojeluskunta, playing the div. He plays a lot Berlin Command. We used to say he only plays this, but then he started just playing Rugener. So he plays 2 divisions. Can't speak to Armoured Kettle, got no idea. So, looking at the deployments here, let's start with Armoured Kettle. We got SAS Patrol going to the town, quite conservatively, actually. Guess he's worried about a fox coming down here and shooting him, which is actually what's going to happen, so I guess that's a good shout. Behind that, we got something we don't see a lot, which is 5 Scorpions. It used to be a thing where you could rush Scorpions at the start, but then the price went up, the availability went down, and this is a big waste of money, basically. So that's 40, 80, 120, 160. So that's 200 points worth of Scorpions. And one wonders what for. Behind that, lots of wheeled infantry. So it's pretty clear what the plan is here. Blue presumes that red is going to rush into the zone. Blue is presumed correctly. And so the plan is just to spam everything out and try and hold. So one of these is actually a scimitar, which is more expensive. So I was going to say, why aren't they all scimitars? But honestly, I'd rather have 4 scimitars than 5 scorpions, right? Anyway, then that's backed up by assault pioneers at 1 vet in trucks and rifles at 1 vet in trucks, but they're buffed up by the rogue CP, and 2 tracked rapiers. Just go in here and here. That's fair enough. And then all 6 Gazelle rockets have been deployed at the start, really anticipating a rush here and a supply. Very intelligent to bring the supply, because your units are going to start taking fire immediately, if your assumption is correct, which it is. I've not seen the game, but obviously we see this, right? And so then you can get them resupplied immediately, and these things burn through their ammo basically immediately. And then they need supply to get 12 more rockets. Over here, nothing really going on. Spartan scouts and a Spartan. So the Spartan has good optics, but I mean, it's only got an MMG. I don't like it. But yeah, the Spartan's going over there, and there is actually a scimitar here as well. CV, another scimitar just to here, and a hell arm, which is good. It's going all the way around here, all the way to the back to start blowing up reinforcements. So that's pretty funny. Switch into its opponent's deployment. We got a Pissy B here, the B team, going to Oscar, a couple Polizei Reserve. And then the CV is going to get there and then move forwards and backwards loads, I guess. So that it doesn't die. And then, okay, so he's gonna keep it in there for long enough that it can cap the zone and then actually bring it back to Papa, which is interesting. I would usually leave it in Oscar, but well, I don't know. Maybe he wants to keep it safe. Up front, we got a sniper who's going to get to there, maybe, and a sniper who's maybe going to be able to get to here. And then we got 2 more B teams. These guys are really good at close quarters combat. They're only 6 men, but they got satchels and AT4s and the special forces and the shock and the 2 vet, so really not bad. Also, crucially, they are military police. So they're going to buff all of the units behind them by giving them increased suppression regeneration. And behind them we got lots of guys with the reservist trait, which is removed by the military police. The Polizei Reserve, they've gone up a bit. They used to be like 25 points, but now they're... Then we got 2 Milan 1s, or a Milan 1 and a Milan 2. Milan 1's going here. 3 Berlin light rifles. So this is the core of the strategy, basically, and the light rifle deals damage to infantry or to vehicles, but it runs out of ammo really quick, and it's quite an expensive squad. So you need a supply with them, really. 2 Minstrels. Milan 2 going to here, which is really intelligent, and then the VAB is staying there. I would actually put the VAB back here because it's got bad stealth, so it'll get spotted and popped straight away. AMX-30B, yeah, and then a Tarask AA. So, pretty interesting game, let's cast it. Well, at least I think it's going to... obviously, I haven't seen it, right? So, right, so they're off, and I'd like to take the time to thank the generous channel joiners. They get the names on the screen, they get the videos early, they get members-exclusive videos. At the Tier 2 and 3 memberships, they can also get their games cast at a rate of 1 a month. So if you beat a pro player and you want everybody to know about it, cough up. If you don't want to pay, that's perfectly understandable. Please just like the videos and comment on the videos. It's free. Takes you 10 seconds to write GG and like the video, and it makes YouTube recommend them to more people. And ever since I started asking people to do this, I've noticed that I'm getting more views. So it is working. Your efforts are paying off. So great way to support the channel. The funny part is that this sniper, even though they've got the same gun, this sniper actually deals 5 times more damage because of the way it's done. So you see that 500% damage boost there, whereas this does not have that. It's a very dumb way of doing it, but he's dead anyway, so I guess we'll never find out who wins that fight. The Pissy B not moving forwards is interesting. I guess he's just trying to defend the ingress. So the scimitars are going to clean this up. Rover goes down there. You know, these little transport cars, people don't pay too much mind to them, but it is important. I've noticed there's no CV here on this side, so Lima's not capped, which means Blue's currently winning. This is a big clump of guys. You really don't want to be doing this, especially against tornadoes, although that is a fighter tornado, not a bomber tornado. The MX-30B really dishes out the pain against infantry because it's got an autocannon and it's got a gun. And the autocannon has higher accuracy because it's slave to the gun's fire control system. Something like that. Anyway, so the assault pioneers are in the mix and they're actually going to deal quite a bit of damage, but they are dying. The supply isn't here, which is not good. The supply needs to be brought up. And okay, so we see the minstrels now starting to pop the Gazelle rockets, but they're doing a lot of work. They're killing a lot of guys, and Suojeluskunta is not rotating his infantry here. That AMX-30B will clean this up, no problem. Very scary unit. Lynx Hellam's coming out there. Got P4 PC for Lima, and then presumably into here. But this, he needs infantry reinforcement. He needs a lot of things really. But yeah, Armoured Kettle not having his supply up to here is bad. Well, let's check in on that Hellam. Okay, it's still there. We'll just pay attention to this. If it goes down, then we know it's fired, right? Oh, I missed it. Big tornado bombing run there. Got like 4 guys. You got to be careful against the tornadoes when you're clumped up like that. 2 minstrels can do it, but really with the 30% ECM you need 3. But yeah, losing all that infantry is really not good. Really not good for Suojeluskunta here. So, okay, that's probably going to die. Oh, no. Why is he still sending it forwards, though? Okay, I was right. And Suojeluskunta, he's got to get this CV in here. Otherwise, all this is for nothing. He's, like, bleeding out here doing this attack. That's going to die. He's bleeding out doing this attack, and he's not getting anything for it because he's not sent the CV in. So, yeah, sending this forwards as well, that was really dumb. He had a good thing going on with this, like he cleared that out. But and then sending these forwards is going to be rough because the Gazelle rockets, they both shoot the same target there. So we'll probably lose that Milan team and that sniper team. They're only 2-man squads, so they do go down there. Actually out of range as well. He's got 2 stingers behind us, that's interesting. These guys don't have a T, so that scimitar can really bully them. This hasn't killed anybody yet. So, I gotta tell you, man, if you're gonna do a rush like that, you need a CV with it, because if you get pushed out, which has now happened, you literally accomplish nothing. Nothing has been accomplished there. This tornado's staying up, so I'm not sure about this Nighthawk either. Probably can't see it, as in Suojeluskunta will not see Armoured Kettle's Nighthawk there. So this scimitar is not in a position to sort that out. What's this going for? Those front rifles. Okay. Okay, it was going for the last known position of those front... Oh, this is going to be bad. He's going to get a lot of kills here. Right, they all unload. So they save themselves. And that's out of ammo now, so what he could do is load them all back up and send them in, but that's pretty big brain, especially when you've got a Scorpion coming over here and a Scimitar over here. So this is looking worse and worse, actually, for Red. I know it looks like he's winning, but he didn't get any points for his attack because he didn't buy the CV, so Blue actually has the advantage here. Yeah, so Challenger Mark II purchased at 2 vet. It's interesting. So I don't bring these at all. I don't bring these at all. I bring the command one. Oh no! So I don't know if this is a second tornado or the first one again, but Busby's going to drop his payload here, and this is a lot of guys that are clumped up. They really need to spread out. Right, so he gets 2.5. This guy's still not fired. But yeah, that's big news, and the Stingers weren't actually close enough to fire. The Minstrels were, but now they're dying for it. That Scorpion actually can kill all this. I think he's realised that, oh, this is just AA, and so he's just going to send this in, and that's actually going to cause a lot of problems. This AMX-30B could be rotated to deal with it, but you see how the reinforcement roads have been cut here? Just looking worse and worse. Newpork should get the Scorpion if he's going for it. But with that Tornado being down, it's Newpork Central here, so he can probably drop both bombs. Or he should drop both bombs. So I wonder if this will smoke. Okay, it does not. Oh. What? Oh, okay, he saw the Tornado and ran away. Okay, that's fair enough. Tornado's going to dive these band pads now. I wonder if they'll get him. They should. They really should. Okay, they all miss. Yeah, this thing is not going to make it. I think the Warrior Pleeks... Okay, it missed. Wow. That was very lethargic. And now this is looking... So Red's got to stop attacking now. This is getting pretty silly. He's got to stop attacking and just build up. He's literally got nothing. The enemy can just walk into him at this point. That probably got killed by this. Yeah. And... yeah, it was going well for Red at the start, but not having that CV at the start, right? Did you really need the extra 2 Polizei reserve, which died to a bomber anyway? Could have brought a CV instead. Would have buffed up the combat capacity of all units as well, and you would have got some points on the board. But now Blue has the advantage. Is that still back there? Right. Blue has the advantage. Okay, and now here's some more Tornadoes going straight for the Minstrels, actually. So all that missing is really quite something. Those manpads not having a great time there. And he actually gets all 3 of them. So that's bad news for Red, because now he's got to buy more AA, because he needs to deal with these. This Tornado, this is something you can do against divs that don't have good ASFs. You can loiter them like around the back of the map and stuff, like he's doing here. And so this is... And there's nothing to defend this. So I'm going to assume that this is going to die here. Okay, so he's lost visual targeting, but he is chasing. And there's no manpads, right? So otherwise he'd be flying over manpads. But this is so dead, man. There's no way that survives. Down it goes. Yeah, interesting gameplay. So a thing to remember when you're doing this, like tornado air spam and stuff like that, is that you gotta send them all out at once. Otherwise, because if you'd only sent one out there, I guarantee you the manpads would have killed it. So you got to send multiple out, because it messes with their targeting. They like switch targets and stuff like that. Some shoot with one, some shoot with the other. So it really helps. And when those tornadoes came in, one got damaged, which means that one will be ready before the other one. So we'll see if he sends it out. So obviously there is basic rapiers here. I mean, Red really struggles against ASFs, or against planes, basically. They've got to rely on the manpads. So he had like 4 manpads there. 1 died, and then 3 died actually to the air. Although that was like... The 3 that died, that's like, what, 160 points of manpad? Maybe even less. Or maybe 180. Something like that. Versus, what was that, 540 points worth of planes. So it's like 5 times more, or 4 times more plane points than manpad points there. So that's something you got to consider when you're like, why is my AA not hitting? Well, it's literally half the price. And so yeah, this tornado can just stick around. This guy's still here. I guess he's waiting for some artillery to fire, and then he can come and kill it. But Berlincom doesn't get... Does it get 155s? It might get 155. I think it does. I think it gets 155s, actually. It does have AA. And the game has slowed down a bit now. Running out of things to talk about. There you go, 155s. Oh, I'm a genius. And I don't watch these ahead of time either. There's no need. I mean, what's the point? I already know everything that's going to happen. Just by looking at the map, I already know who's going to win. Right now, though, it is a bit of a stalemate. But I really think, because Red is the one who has to push, and Blue just seems content to just kind of sit there and bomb. So here you go. So one bomber's out. So need some more man-pads here, really. The Tarasques, they're alright against the rocket. Well, they're really good against the Gazelle rockets and stuff like that. Okay. So I guess this he's just going to constantly keep a tornado up all game. The way you could stop this as red is to drop a rapier here, right? And then he's going to start killing things and like move it around a bit, obviously. It's easier if it's something like a book, but it's not. So you got to make do with what you got. Or you got to bring that counter Harriers, because at close range, the Harriers, two Harriers should beat one tornado at close range. And they cost less between them. I believe it's 240 versus 250 there. Can't remember the price of the Harrier. It keeps changing, right? I think it's 110 for one, right? And so 220 for both. So I'm not sure why I said 240. How does he see that? Interesting. Okay, so they're re-aiming. And red is building up. Blue is building up. Artillery is being purchased. And yeah, like as you can see, he's not sending the bomber until the other one's up. You've really got to get into the habit of sending all your bombers at once. But there's this urge, right? This need to be like, I've got a bomber ready, and then you send it and it dies, or it makes it, which is even worse, because then next time you're like, oh, it's gonna make it, and then it dies, which is obviously worse than if it just dies the first time. I'm not sure why. So, as you can see, artillery very inconsistent. Either it lands right next to you and it damages. Either it lands on you and it damages you, or it lands right next to you and does literally nothing. So that time it didn't get a single direct hit there, or maybe one because it lost 2 HP. That Challenger is gonna be okay, but he now knows about all that. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. So maybe this one. I think this one will definitely die. Whoa, it's like one burst. Can he even save that? Okay, he did. So this is the power of the recoilless rifles. These guys can't shoot back because this has 200 meters more range, right? 175 meters more range. So you might think it's not a lot, but it does matter. It does matter. But then you see they run out of rounds straight away, so that's why you bring the TRM Logi, and then you can keep shooting. But yeah, you need a lot of them. It takes a long time. This is really interesting. Okay, so he's... Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, so they're coming for him now, and the artillery's hitting at the same time, so he's got to move this, because it's losing cohesion. But I think he's worrying about other things right now. Yeah, so this guy has obviously been overwhelmed. This guy's on holding fire. Oh, there's counter battery there, but it's missing. Or, you know, counter fire. There you go. So there was a Harrier sent out. Here come the bombers. Oh no. He's targeting the artillery positions. So the two rapiers might get one, but this is why you send them all out at once, you see. So there you go. That's 3 sets of bombs out. And the rapiers, you know, they do get one. They do get one. And this actually survived. Oh no, but that Hellam from before is back. So all his arty's dead. I mean, I think he's still got one mortar left, but that means that all the smoke here is going to fade, which means that this attack stops now. So that's why you don't clump up your arty like that. I do wonder what this is going for. It's just going to die, I guess. Yikes. And then the 4th tornado bomber's out here. This bomb's in a big long line, so you got to split your guys left and right. You don't go forwards backwards, so that doesn't work. I think he's going to lose 3 units here. Maybe 2. It was 2 and 2.9. This thing's still going, apparently. I think it's going to die now because he... Okay, never mind. I was right. So, yes, mind. This thing is getting kills. That tornado went down as well. So, you see, the air spam isn't being countered, but red has to attack and blue just has to sit there. So, yeah, it's rough. It's rough for all parties. I mean, they're both British divs, so they both suck as much as each other. But I'm reformed now, so I don't say that. And like, so this is 65 points for 10 men. And then where are the regular rifles? Are any of them on the map anymore? Don't see any. I don't see any. That's a shame. I wanted to compare them to regular rifles. Oh, there's one. So 55 for 8 or 65 for 10. I guess you get shock, but I don't really think it matters. It's rough though, paying 10 for... See if this guy smokes in time. He's not noticing. He's not noticing. Anyway, this is a big problem for Suojeluskunta. He needs those Gazelle rockets if he's got them. Like, although there's no rifle in here. This is arm rifle. So these three could really clear that up. So you see, you know, he's pushed, but I would say use smoke, right? And he did, but the smoke got artied. The smoke got killed by the planes. So there's no more smoke. So his attack, like, that really put a nail in his attack, because all that infantry just got caught out in the open and wiped out. Whereas if the smoke had kept going, he could have unloaded straight in there. So very smart play by Armoured Kettle there, going for the artillery. And yeah, so now we're back. So that was 10 minutes build up, lost in a matter of seconds, and now we're back to build it up again for the next big attack. 10 more minutes, I suppose. Who knows? You can obviously skip through the video, although that makes less people get recommended the video by YouTube. I, of course, have to sit and wait for the next attack. So yeah, it's smart bringing these forwards, because it means that the shells don't take so long to land, which means that it's very hard to deal with them. And then, yeah, rifles on the edge of the town are quite effective. So this actually has armor, so I think it will actually kill both of these if it doesn't run out of ammo first. The only way they can damage it is with the satchels, which they're trying to do. Right, so... Okay, so the AMX-30s are here, and they really need to be killing these units, these two units here. Lots of Assault Pioneers. I guess you get 8 in a card, right? But he's bringing out 1 there, so you only get 5. So has he brought 2 cards? I'll have to check after the game. He must have brought 2 cards. So yeah, these Berlin Light Rifles are going to lose those Assault Pioneers unless these guys can help out. So that Humvee tow is probably going to die. Yeah, down it goes. Did hit that Challenger though, thus knocking it out of action. Losing this position's quite rough for Red. That Milan 2 is surviving. And yeah, you see this Milan 1's going to die to the arm rifles. The AMX-30Bs are really good infantry fire support. They really help with this sort of fight. Harrier AA going for the Hell Arms. Not a good idea, but there's no AA here, right? I mean, so this is the only way. And he's used the smoke on him. Like, he just lost 2 there. But, you know, that's 110 points for 65 points. There's no way this gets out. Tornado's back now. And, oh, he's got 2 guys together. Remember not to clump up, you guys. I mean, it's hard to remember. It's hard to do it all the time, right? And you see that these are really not very good at all. They're also too far back. But if you bring them forwards, they might die, so you got to be careful. I'm surprised, actually, that this isn't going for that. Because he could have killed them both there, especially with them being as close to each other as they are. But there you go. Another attack stopped, simply by virtue of sitting there. And... yeah, I really feel for Red. I mean, he should have not attacked. He should have kept building up. But I don't know, because then when you attack, there's even more stuff. So what do you even do? I mean, the obvious reply is build up here and then get in here somehow. You know, charge down there. It wouldn't be easy. You would have to like really build up. But then they attack here, so it's hard. It's always easier to do what the blue player is doing here. Where they just sit on their rear for the whole game and get a small point lead and then just defend for the whole game. And, you know, we could talk about how that's dishonorable and it's not fun and whatever. And, yeah, but it's their copy of the game. And if it's in the game, they're going to play it how they want. And for many people, that means just doing everything they possibly can to win. And if that means... just sitting there for the whole game and attacking at the end, that's what they're going to do. So you got to keep that in mind. But I don't really see what Red's going to do now. I don't see much of a way back into the game for them. I mean, there's just too much here. So I'm going to speed it up a bit. Oh, it was going to end in 15 seconds. So that's fair enough, really. So yeah, interesting game. Yeah, interesting game. So, Armoured Kettle is, of course, player, because that's bugged. And you see he got 3 times as many kills as Suojeluskunta there. So, the power of the Like, look at those bobbers. The bobbers did a lot of work that game. A lot of work. The tornadoes did a lot of work that game. So yeah, big work there. Big work. And just getting those points at the start. That's what decided it, because it meant that Red had to attack for the rest of the game. And if he just brought that CV at the start, he would have had the point lead. He would have had 200-point advantage, and then he wouldn't have had to attack anymore into this kind of brain-dead, sit-on-your-rear gameplay. So always try and get points at the start, is my advice to you, if you don't want to end up like that. If you don't want to end up like Suojeluskunta there, always try and get some points out at the start. Especially if you're doing an early attack, where you're going to lose loads of units in the attack, you need to make sure that you're getting points during that attack. Otherwise, it was all for nothing. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one.